We love. Hey y'all, get in here, get in here, get in here,
Get on in here.
get
Oh, wait, I can't.
in.
Get
Where
on in
my
here.
family? Get in here. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where my family? Where my family? I
I'm right
know.
here. I'm right here.
6 o'clock.
We're your family.
I'm talking about your other family, lady.
Uh, can you see people coming in? You guys, make sure you. And I'm talking like this because I don't know how loud I'm talking, and I am.
You know, and I'm always loud. So anyway.
Yeah,
Hey,
you would have been one that they were
just
thinking of.
get in here. How y'all doing? I know y'all wasn't expecting us at 6 o'clock, but it's okay.
They probably weren't expecting us today at all because we
At
have
all.
been on a vacation for 2 weeks.
I know. I've been on vacation. Did y'all miss me, boo boo? Did y'all miss
Hey, it's COVID. Keep them kisses.
me? Okay. Get in here, family. We just having fun while we wait on y'all. Get in here, get in here, get in here, get in here.
Get on in here.
Lashes on. Oh my God.
You're still
Okay. Anyway,
beautiful.
am I beautiful? Poo poo,
Yeah.
I miss
I
you.
know. I'm so tired of this distancing, right?
I'm
I
super.
I'm so tired of it. However, I mean, there's been some good things that have occurred in this, what, 5 months? How long has it been?
It's been 8 ladies. It's okay, March.
One,
March
two,
to August.
five
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
So in the 5 months, some things have happened for I mean, it should have been. I'm saying like this for those that are believers. If you haven't leveled up in one area of your life,
So,
that's all I'm saying.
so.
One area, and that could have been just you stop cursing, start reading more. I'm not saying anything major, anything big. I'm saying there should have been at least one focus over these past 5 months that you have actually accomplished. Just one. Nothing
Poo
big.
poo. I'm
I'm
trying to
just saying.
tell you, everybody, we getting acclimated to this new life, and they like, oh, it's just another thing.
Yeah, but nah, you just got an opportunity to press reset and yeah, reset, and do some things. Those things that you've been saying, talking about. Now you have the time, kind of. You're not doing
But
as much running. You're not. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been just placed on. So now it's like God said, okay. I've heard you. I heard what you said you wanted to do. I'm gonna give you an opportunity. But see,
mhm,
we're so quick to pull the negative instead of extracting the good, the positive,
mhm,
that we miss
mhm,
it. We'll be
mhm.
a year next year talking about, oh, I coulda, shoulda, woulda.
But what happened?
But the
What
way
happened?
my mindset is set up,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Preach
stuck.
that thing. Go on and preach that thing. She just came home preaching.
You know what, Tina Marie?
You can't help
You
it.
ain't. I know I got the can't help it. I try and pull it in sometimes. Look,
You
I
don't have to hide yourself for people.
what you say?
Mm-mm. Let your light shine. You don't have to hide yourself from people.
Oh no, no, no! I
Let
don't
your
hide
light
myself.
shine.
I know, I know. No, I don't hide
Yeah.
myself.
No.
I definitely don't hide myself. I think I'm more.
But
Not. I think
sometimes
I'm
we
more
do
comfortable
feel
with it
like
now.
we have to. Sometimes we do feel like we got to dummy down.
I used to feel like that. I don't know if we. I don't know if you feel like you got to dumb me down right now.
Oh yeah, all the time I do.
Why are you? Why? Why? Let's talk about that.
Oh yeah. So we going right on in. Just go right
Just
on
go
in.
right on in. Why do you feel like you need to dumb me down?
I don't necessarily saying it's happening now, but I know I've experienced dumbing down
I
because
have too.
you have that, whether people and I've been on the flip side where I've been on the I don't want to call myself a hater, but I'm gonna speak the truth. Like, man, why is it happening to her or
Mhm.
him and not
Mhm.
me?
Right.
And then I have to
Right.
chastise my own self like it
Yeah.
ain't your turn yet. It ain't your turn. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be real with mine. I have
Absolutely.
been like, damn, but I really quickly, like, Lord, forgive me. Let me chastise my own self. I want to be in my
Absolutely.
own space. I don't want their space
Right.
because
You
you
may
never
not even
know
be ready for it.
when. Yeah. So, but we as human, that flesh side of us, and I mean, everybody has experience. And if you say you
Yeah.
haven't, lying. I know you're
We
lying.
all have. I'm gonna tell you to your face.
So that's what I mean by sometimes you do have to, in that experience because you feel like you deserve it more, or you are more experienced, or you
Hmm.
have more skill, or
Hmm.
any whatever it is.
Right.
So, you like, well, but it ain't my turn yet. So, but that
But
ain't
see,
even
but see, you gotta be. You have to
somewhere
be
else.
mature enough to even say that, right?
Hmm.
Because some people just stay right there with the questions. But see,
Hmm.
you have a different connection where you're able to say, okay, like bring yourself back. It's not my turn. First of all, you don't want to be somewhere sooner than you're supposed to be there. That means you're not equipped yet.
That
So you may be where you're supposed to be, where God has already, designed for you to
Yeah, you
be.
are. You
You
are where
just,
you're supposed to
yeah,
be,
you are. But if you rush things, you
which is what we tend to do
because we know on the
because it's
inside,
time to level up.
I got this. But there's some things that have to happen before you get there because your situation is going to be totally different than Jane's and Tara's and John's and Bob's, you know,
And hey, Eric,
and Eric's and
Eric.
Eric's. Yeah, I can't see who's on here.
Oh
So,
yeah, well Eric just chimed in. Come on in, get in, fam. We just chopping it up. We ain't got no specific agenda tonight.
mm-mm.
Y'all weren't even expecting us, so hey, act like we anybody else that's out there. We just,
Shut up.
well, I'm just saying, we jumping in. I want it to be natural, organic. Just this is what we doing right now. And hey,
Absolutely.
Venus, how are you, poo poo?
Hey, Venus
Venus
sis.
like, oh, poo poo. Yeah, you didn't gain poo poo status.
She gonna call you Booski. She calls Booskies. But yeah, you Booski.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, but that's I truly believe that though. So but what I'm saying by dummying down, but I have felt like sometimes when somebody else is um or maybe it's you just I don't know, maybe it's what I'm taking on myself, but there are some times when I feel like I should not let all of my attributes show because I'm
Hmm.
fear that somebody else is going to get intimidated by my attributes.
So what I hear you saying in so many words is you don't want to talk about the goodness of God
Not necessarily. Well, now see, you done went.
because I mean,
You like okay? I get you there. You got
it's because see, it's not, it's the intent. So your intent isn't to say, so look at me now. I got this, I got that. That's not your intent. Your
me. That's
your
not my.
intent is right. So because of that, you can say whatever you want to say as it relates to what you have, what you're doing. I mean, we're not supposed to be boastful and pride. That's all in the word. We're not supposed to be. But with greatness and thankfulness from our hearts for Him, not for because it's not about us. It ain't nothing I did right, but be obedient to what He told me to do. And so, like you were talking about timing. Timing is everything.
Diamond is everything. You
Timing is everything.
yeah, but it's not even boasting and bragging. You could just be talking about your. Okay, here's a prime example. Let me give you an example. Sometimes when you get to a certain point in life, you talk about things that are different.
Oh, what like
Where
what point are you at? Where you at? Let's
that's
talk about it.
see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Poo. I don't want to talk about what you
Okay,
talking
I'm
about.
sorry. Go
You
ahead. Sometimes
understand what
when
I'm
you
saying?
get,
So I guess that's what I mean by
mhm,
dumbing down. Because when I'm talking about things that interest me, things that that's making me push and
mhm.
go to the next level, it may not be on the level that you talking about. But then I
Ooh,
got to
teacher,
remember
teacher. Oh, teacher, I got the answer. Teacher,
what
teacher.
the answer.
That
Venus
means
is
that you
Grand
have
Rising.
outgrown. That means you've outgrown, or you need to go to the next level of friendships.
Ooh, see
That
what
means
I'm
you need to surround yourself around like-minded people, people that are there and people that are headed there. And that doesn't mean get rid of the folks that aren't there yet, but mentor them, help them come along. But don't ever not talk about what God has done for you or where you are and where you're growing to as a result of who you're hanging with. Help them. Grab their hands and show them. But go on to that other circle that's there because they got some mentoring to do. There's more for you. There's other things for you to do. I need you to go because you got to mentor me, girl.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? But I'll be like, oh, I really my friend. I
That
like my friend.
it
And
doesn't
then my
remove the
friends are
friendship.
like me if I leave them because they're gonna
Mm,
think I think I'm uppity and whatever
mm,
and I'm too good. But I'm
hmm.
like, oh, but your conversation is so boring to me enough.
So you're
Like,
gonna go. So you go ahead and stand in a space of uncomfort so that you can make them comfortable.
is that what I
Yeah.
do? I don't want to do that.
Because I'm not saying to not be their friend. I'm not saying that, but we got to be wise enough to know that there's more for us to get, but we can only get it when we go to another level. And if we're at the same level for 5 years as of just because we try to make people comfortable, then God is like, really? Here I am trying to give you the key. I done gave you the key. You see that door? The door that was once a wall, it's no longer a wall because you've progressed. You're at another level. It's now a door. Open it and walk through it. Just
Walk
walk
through.
through. Yeah,
That's
go
what.
on the other side.
Yeah. Lesson learned. Don't be afraid to walk through the door. Either your
Just
friends are going now. What happens to my friends, poo poo?
they're still there.
Are they
And
gonna
guess
come through, or what's gonna happen?
it's a choice. See, it's a choice. So what happens is
Joy.
you do the girl circle thing that we were doing the meetings, and we talk about those things that got us to the next level, right? And then we say, voila, here it is. You can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink it. So they have
That's
to be ready for it. There's been times where I wasn't ready for something, and somebody poured a whole bunch of stuff in me, and it was like 10 years later. I was like, oh, that's what she was talking about. I'm ready now. I can go. But guess what? Now she's like 20 blocks ahead of me, and that's fine because timing is everything. But it
that's
doesn't mean that she shook me because I wasn't ready at the time. It just means that she wasn't staying on that ground. She wasn't
mm-hmm.
staying right there anymore. But she'll
Mm.
help me.
Yeah. Let's hope so. Anyway. Yeah. It's
Unless
all
her
about
head, unless
each
her
one.
head blew up. Huh?
All about each one teach one. I was in a meeting today where man, everybody don't want to teach.
That's
I'm
sad.
like, here's my truth. I'm gonna teach you, but I may charge you $1 too.
Yeah,
But
no,
I'm
it's
gonna
nothing
give
like that.
you all the information. I'm gonna give you everything you need to know to get you there because I want you to run and tell somebody else that
Right, right. And that I was talking because Venus posted something the other day, and my response was, I think it was Venus, and I was
that's
saying,
your light is God's light. We on Venus.
right, and I was saying that when you're presenting your whatever your business is, your gift, whatever that thing is that you're presenting, you want to present the result more than you
Right?
want to present what it is that because
Oh, absolutely.
okay, all right, I know it's 50 million of you guys that coach marriages. Okay, so what's the result? What am I going to get from you once I leave here? My
Mhm.
thing is this: I want to go home with y'all, and I ain't talking about on no freaky deaky stuff. I'm talking about I want to be a household name. I want to go home outside of the workshop. I want what I said in the workshop to be practiced at home so that we can see the difference and the change. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It does my heart great especially when husbands come to me and say, "I don't know what you're doing with my wife, but please keep doing it. What you need."
Sure.
It does my heart because a man, it's a little different for a man to actually step up and recognize, or not even recognize, speak on it because they recognize it.
Yeah, just speak because
Speak on it.
they're nonverbal. They're very nonverbal.
Yeah, most of them, some of them,
Mm-hmm.
or in some cases, it's this is what you're supposed to be doing. So
Mm.
why am I praising you? You're supposed to be doing this, and that's not the thing. The thing is, let's recognize when there is some change, some growth, some movement. Recognize it. Not
Venus said,
saying,
boom. Venus said, boom. Eric said, should never dumb me down. Turning the dimmer switch on your light to allow someone else's insecurity shade your growth. Yeah,
mm,
yeah, allow someone else's insecurities to shade your growth. You're absolutely right. Yeah,
mm-hmm,
and that was definitely an issue that I had for sure.
mm-hmm.
Y'all don't know. We just talking. Those of y'all
That's
who
all
joined,
right. We're
we
talking
just
about it.
topping it up. Y'all wasn't expecting us at 6 o'clock anyway, so we ain't got no agenda. We
So
just
get on in here.
just get
But
it down.
sometimes those are the best ones when there is
Yeah,
no agenda because it's so natural, so authentic, something is really going to be said that you haven't practiced. Like we just started talking about, this topic right here, and I'm sure somebody needs to hear this.
Hmm.
Me, you need to
Yeah.
hear this,
Well, just type it in chat if y'all feel like this giving you some value because I'm done.
Right.
I told Graham I'm so over Instagram, Facebook.
She did. She
I
did.
don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Y'all
I said,
encourage
yeah,
her.
out there. I got so many other things that I just feel like, and I don't know that I should be doing, but
Okay,
I'm
so
like,
what is commitment though? So what do you
here she
don't
goes.
don't get loose. Don't get loose.
Uh,
What is commitment? What does that
commitment,
look? Yeah.
dedication. It's not giving up. I know it's the coach going with the coach. Coach going in on the coach. I know that. I know this is what she gonna do. Because here's where I am, you guys. I'm so over. I'm like ready to walk away from the kitchen table talk too. Like
She is. She is. She was talking about well, we were talking about her restructuring it, and I was mentioning to you about one of my girlfriends who had to restructure hers because you started out talking about what with the kitchen table talk. It was about what?
it's about family secrets, really, and families
Right.
not being true to each other, and families being in bondage
Hmm.
uh, from all the family cook that happens.
Which is
And
so necessary to be talked about.
yeah,
And I
let's
get
bring
it. Some people don't want to talk
all
about it
do the same crap. Right. We think what's happening in our family is only happening in our
in our
family.
family. Right.
And it was sparked, well, it was sparked with Yasmin and her, you know, just putting just questions out there. But then it
I don't know
evolved.
who Yasmin is. Who's Yasmin?
That's my daughter. Yasmin's my daughter. Everybody,
It's you talking to other people.
oh yeah, I forget. But, this is kitchen table. I feel like we all family. Everybody know.
So why are you trying to skip out on the family?
Oh, really? We're going there, really?
You do me like this all the time. I'm popping my collar because I
So
got you.
that's how it did start. My daughter and, just talking. And I said, Yasmin, let's do this. People need help. People want to talk about stuff. But the idea did originate from us at the kitchen table and family secrets coming out that we didn't know we grown. And we learning Uncle Joe is really daddy
And how it shaped our lives.
and how it shaped our lives. How did that happen? And
Right.
why did no one tell me Uncle Joe is really my daddy? You
Daddy
know,
Joe.
because
Right.
back in the day, all these things, you had to do all these maskings of things. So that's where it originated. And then it evolved to the kitchen table talk where we just out here
Right.
having conversations. But then everyone comes on and they say they're ready to be free, but yet they they're not ready to be
They're
free.
not really
Don't
ready.
tell the truth on camera like they tell it when we in the green room. But it's not my story to tell. I can't tell you a story. So I just say, and I got stories too. That's it's not, but I get why people aren't ready because the story don't just involve me. So that's
Right.
where the problem comes. The problem
Mm-hmm.
comes because I'm not ready to out you because you was involved in me.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever
Mm-hmm.
you did to me, now I
Right.
gotta tell what you did and how it hurt me or whatever
Right.
that trauma was when it happened. I gotta not only tell my story, but I gotta involve somebody else. So I do get it,
Right. I do
but
too.
I just don't want to be the same old everybody on the internet type situation.
Right. Right. Right.
Because it's, especially now with COVID. Everybody is out there. They got their own talk show. And unless you have a specialized and you narrow
Niche.
it down to whatever it is that, you gonna talk about. Venus said just like the anthology of I'm doing, right. I'm not really sure what that means though. I said
Read
right.
it again.
Yeah. Just like the anthology I'm doing.
Oh, the anthology she's doing. She's writing she's
Oh,
heading an anthology. and allowing women, I think it's 100 women, Venus, to tell their story. And some folks, they want to be anonymous, and some, they'll say their name because they're free, right? So,
Right. Mm,
and to anybody that have a story, that has a traumatic story, some things that was very traumatizing as a child, or not even as a child, but traumatizing, and you're free now. You guys reach out to Venus Chandler. She's heading an anthology that's going to be very powerful.
an anthology means, is that like an autobiography, a video? What is an anthology? For the
There's multiple authors in this book.
I
You know
thought
how
that
you
was called just kitchen soup.
what?
A kitchen soup. Well, not kitchen soup. Well, they call it, yeah, because I'm thinking mine, the kitchen table. But yeah, it's kind of like everybody's stories and everybody tell the
Mhm.
different authors in the. Okay, I
Mhm.
get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, reach out to Venus because and can they remain some of well if you're right.
Anonymous. Some of them want to remain
That's what
anonymous.
they want to do. And what I've learned is that's kind of the biggest problem with Facebook, Instagram. Everybody don't want to be on camera telling us to the whole world. And I totally get that. I
Right. But
totally get it.
but
So
here's the
something
thing.
like that is great.
But like, even if you're writing something like that, or if you send a story in or whatever, and you want to remain anonymous, hearing the feedback. So it's kind of like the killer, the murderer that go and kill someone, but stands in the back when the crowd comes and the police is there and the ambulance is there, but they're right there. It's kind of like that. You wrote the story, and then you have people that are responding, replying, and giving their opinions, which could be some help to you, right? And then you just getting it out is
Mhm.
helpful. Is a piece of your healing. So I don't want to tell my name, but I know that if I write this, if I get it out, if I think about it, if, you know what I'm saying, it's a piece of my healing.
Mhm. Mhm. Y'all look in the chat. Venus is responding. She's like, yes, they can remain anonymous. If y'all need to get it out, she's doing that. And she specializes in trauma, right?
She's a
She
trauma coach.
specializes in trauma coaching. Any trauma that you've experienced, go reach out to Venus Chandler, Chandler,
Hmm.
on Facebook. Yes,
Yeah,
that's my sister in love.
Coach
I'm
Venus.
yes. Oh my God, Venus, Venus, Chandler. But so that's where we are. So now, where does that leave me, Poo Poo?
I don't think you really want to be done. I really don't. I don't think you really want to be done, because
Talk with
I've
my baby.
seen.
I love to get to tabletop.
I know.
That's literally my fun because everything else
I
I do
know.
is work. But here's where the kitchen table talk becomes work for me.
Hmm.
When I got to do all the stats and the postings and trying to make the algorithms, that ain't fun for me. I don't want to do that.
Well,
That
I
part,
mean, so if you some people chase that. Some people chase numbers. Some people, you're not that person. I already know that. See, I don't want to. I don't want it.
I don't want to. Where's that cat?
You're not that person. But what I would suggest, if I can, if you were to change the group, I mean, if you were to change the page to like a group, a community, I think, a
Oh,
group, you can schedule your post. And so just take your Saturday morning from 11 to 1 and schedule your post, whatever. If you're going to post 2 times a day on the page, go ahead and just take that time of the day and do that, schedule it. And guess what? The only thing you're doing is coming back to look at the replies, the responses, so that you can, well, we can, because I help you with that, but we can respond to what people are saying. But trying to think, that's too much, because you have 5 different businesses. So how dare we think that you can every single day get up in the morning and say, okay, so what am I going to post today? No, that doesn't
I'm
work.
like, okay,
You're
wait.
setting yourself up. You're setting yourself up for
I'm
this.
like, oh my God. But and then at the end of the day, I really enjoy the conversations that we're having. Like, like somebody was asking me the other day, like, what because we were talking about life and experiences, which is what we do at the table,
Hmm.
and that's when
Hmm.
the real conversations happen.
The real
But
stuff.
And they was asking, okay, we were talking about the kids leaving the nest and everything you do and what you do, everything you do is for your children and inheritance on snap. And I was like, well, yeah, all of that is great, but what I really enjoy for me is the kitchen table talk.
See?
That's the one thing that I do that
Mm-hmm.
don't bring me any revenue because
Mm-hmm.
ain't nobody donating. Okay, it's all right. But I do that for me. It's what I like to do. I like to talk to people. I want people to experience and like what we say in the monologues is get free. Like it really is to free people because you will not believe how free you feel after
Yeah.
you have just released something that has held you in bondage for years.
But how about you? You don't know that you were in bondage until you get free.
Until you get free.
Yeah,
That
some folks think I'm good, and then they hear a conversation or they have a conversation, and it's like, wait, whoa, what was that lifted?
right,
Feeling a little
right.
lighter. They don't know that it's actually chains, it's actually bondage until they are free. Just like I say all the time, you don't know. We talk about healing.
Hmm.
You don't really know you're healed until you put in a position to prove that you're healed.
Right.
So for me, in relationship and marriages, I don't know that I'm over that thing that my ex husband did until I get into a new relationship. Some things that are required of me as a wife aren't
Hmm.
required of me as a single woman, and so I'm not gonna know that I'm really really healed of that thing until I get into this marriage and he does something similar or that reminds me of something that my ex husband did, and how I respond is going to say I am healed or I've been coping.
Right. Yeah. You're absolutely right. I totally agree with you on that because even in just talking about even in our guests, we've had guests that have appeared on the show who have been speakers, public speakers, proclaimed to be free, but come to the show and like, oh my God,
Choke
I
up.
I didn't realize all that was still in me. Like,
Hmm.
because they hadn't talked about the realness of whatever the trauma was in so
Yeah.
long. Because
They
you
talk
didn't,
about the surface of it because
right,
I'm so busy standing in front of y'all because I want to help y'all. I'm not, although I'm speaking about my truths, I'm not really giving myself the opportunity to re-experience it emotionally, And so all I want is for you to get free, you to get free, you to get free. But I forgot that I probably should be free first.
mm, that part. Uh, There we go. And we 30 minutes on the hour and I'm started sweating now. Like,
She's a 30-minute sweater. Let me tell you something that my mom said. Speaking of my mom, so you
okay.
guys, I am at the hospital.
Wait. Before you do that, we are lifting prayers up for her mom. Her mom has had some medical situations that we just want to pray for it and
Yeah.
lift it up. And at the end realm, you gonna do that.
Mm. Well, amen. So, she told me about this. Did I tell you about? Because you just said you're hot and you're sweating. You having a personal summer?
Girl, I got this light on me. Y'all know this light be on me.
Well, this still might help somebody. she
Okay. Yep.
said. She said that if you have those personal summers, um,
Wait, the
you
personal
get
what?
summer,
Nicole
personal
said,
summers,
say it. Wait, I don't know what you're talking about, Nicole, but yeah, we saying it.
personal summers. If you have hot flashes, she says
That,
you get a pint of gin.
mm,
Listen, a pint of gin, a box of raisins. You're going to get a bottle. She never told me the size, but get a bottle, pour half of the gin in there, pour half of the raisins in this bottle. You're going to put it in the refrigerator and let it sit for 24 to 48 hours. Moving forward, you're going to take a tablespoon. She said, not a teaspoon, not vodka, but gin. You're going to take a tablespoon and you're going to take that tablespoon of that concoction once a day until it's all gone. Once it's all gone, you're going to do the rest of the gin and the raisins. And you do the same thing, right? So I said, oh, okay. Like, all right, lady. Went to work, talked about it with someone else. They Googled it because she said, I don't know, I got it from my mama and she got it from her mama. They Googled it and it came up. It's good for arthritis. It's good for a whole bunch of. It has a lot of benefits to it.
The bottle. So we don't know what bottle can be put in the raisins. We don't know the amount of raisins.
Did you know how much salt and pepper you could have put in your food? No, you put a pinch.
Oh, it's oh Lord with the gin.
No. She said,
So,
yeah. She said half a pint of
really,
gin.
so the old people was they really drunk and just
Trying
drinking?
stuff. Listen, she said 1 tablespoon a day. Now, hey, if they get you drunk, then I don't know. But she said it worked. She said she's a couple of people, a few people that she know have taken it, and they will contest that it works.
Okay, well we gonna Ram. You gonna write that concoction in the notes?
But I don't know what to. I don't know how much, how many raisins,
Hey, you just
how.
can't just take some raisins. We don't know.
Oh, and she said, and do she said, and the raisins are not to be eaten. You throw them away.
Oh
Like,
wait, once you drink it and suck it, you can't. Well, suck
no, don't suck the raisins.
it.
She
Don't
said, throw them in the
don't
trash.
suck the raisins.
Don't suck the raisins. Just throw them in the trash. She said, put them in the trash. Do not. They're not to be eaten. Is what she said.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Well, there you go. You get real concoctions and everything from Get Your Table Talk.
Anthology invites.
Anthology. We got some of everything going on. But having said all that, all right. Poo poo.
Yes, ma'am.
How often are we gonna see? I got a whole bunch of stuff lined up for these people.
Oh, I know. And so there's no way that you can, because somebody, see, here's the thing. That's just how the enemy works. Somebody going to get free off of these next few topics that you have going on, and he's trying to discourage you like it ain't no joke. He already done said, just give it a break. Okay, you see how comfortable that felt? You ain't have to worry about. You see how good that felt? He been
Oh,
whispering in
yeah,
your
I was
ear.
so comfortable. I didn't have to worry about getting ready for the week, and oh my God,
I want you
I,
to Google how many times comfortable is in the Bible. The word. Google
yeah,
it.
I don't gotta Google that. I already know. There's no comfort. I ain't gotta Google that. I know enough about the Bible to know ain't nothing comfortable ever. Like you're trying to set me up.
I ain't setting you up, Tina Marie. That's funny. I said something about Tina, and Simone said Tina Marie, and she was serious. So I done gave that girl Tina Marie.
It's okay. Hey, family, thank y'all for joining us. We didn't
Thank
have
you
fun
guys.
tonight. We didn't have no agenda. We just let y'all listen to us. This is how we normally just chop it up. Any given
Sitting at the table.
yeah, sitting at the table. That's just what we do.
Yeah.
She encouraged me. I encourage her. We
Yeah.
encourage them. They
I
encourage us. It's all about being a family. And we just kind of wanted to give you guys a feel of what we really do when we sitting at the table. Like,
yeah.
hey, I'm having an issue. Help me with that. You have an issue? Let's chime in on that. Let me give you
Yeah.
my perspective. And that is really what it's all about.
Yeah.
And so we thank all of y'all for joining us. We gonna see y'all next week. Venus said this was fun. Thank you, Poo Poo Poo. Venus is Poo Poo now.
Girl, Vita's crazy. She is a poo poo.
Venus is Poo Poo. She said, "Hey, Pooskies."
See?
Uh, so we thank you for joining us, Adria. We thank you. Good evening, and we love you guys. We're gonna see you guys next week. We got some good stuff lined up, you guys. We're gonna talk about interracial relationships. We're gonna talk about all kind of
Light
stuff.
skin
Now,
versus
wait,
dark
what did
skin.
my phone just do? The phone just did something.
Light
What-
skin versus dark skin.
Light
That
skin,
was
dark
me.
skin. Do we still need somebody light skin
We
that
have
can
the
who?
no. I'm saying we have the dark skin person.
I got light skin too, but what I want to talk to I want to talk to a light skinned person. If y'all out there chime in, who have experienced major
Preferential.
marriages and know they have experienced it simply because they were light skinned. I want to talk to that person. That's the person I want to talk to. But anyway, so we got a lot of good stuff lined up for you guys. And We're gonna go keep going forward. Y'all remember it's Kitchen Table Talk right here. Thursday night, 7 o'clock. We live all the time. Join us. Bye bye, you guys.
Bye.